Right everyone, it is Finn here and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're going to be talking about 3 brand new players who should join the Ghana national team ahead of Afcon 2023. Now of course, if you guys have watched my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I have quite a fondness for the Black Stars of Ghana. I think it was about a year ago I mentioned 4 players who could join Ghana ahead of the World Cup 2022, and fast forward a year later, a lot of those players have at this point, and a lot of them were brilliant at the World Cup. But of course, I still believe Ghana are currently building onto their project. They still have space for new players in their squad, especially under Chris Hughton. I believe if they get the right players in the squad, they could bring home the silverware, or should I say the goldware, at Afcon 2023. But of course, before we jump into the 3 players in today's video, don't forget that every single weekend heading into Afcon 2023, I'm going to be talking about a different African nation. Of course, this video is about Ghana, but let me know in the comment section down below which African nation I should talk about next. But of course, jumping into player number 1, and as a Manchester United fan, I had to mention Kobbie Mainoo. I mean, at 18 years old, obviously won the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year award at United last season. What a brilliant young talent. We've seen him so far in pre-season with Manchester United. I mean, I know that game versus Arsenal was played in New Jersey, but the only New Jersey I'd like to see him in is the Ghana national team jersey.
Nice.
I mean, it's been quite some time as a Manchester United fan that I've been this excited about a youngster. Probably the last one I'd say is maybe Angel Gomez, but looking at Kobbie Mainoo, in that game versus Arsenal, he was absolutely brilliant. I've never seen such a young player, as I said, only 18 years old, with so much composure on the ball. He really doesn't get frazzled on the other team's press versus the other team's press. In terms of passing, he's got a brilliant eye for goal, obviously got an assist versus Arsenal. In terms of defense, he is not afraid to put in a crunching tackle, and I think he's got the makings of a brilliant player. As we know, he's represented England under 19 on 3 different occasions, and I do think if he does want to play national football, playing for Ghana would be in his best interest. Obviously, although born in England, can represent Ghana through his parents and through his heritage. But as I said, in terms of midfielders, I mean, James Maddison, one of the best midfielders in world football, at 26 years old has only made 3 appearances for the England national team.
Getting himself into further trouble.
That's why I think at 18 years old, Kobbie Mainoo might have to switch to Ghana, as I do think he will get more appearances for them. Once again, in terms of a midfielder, he can do absolutely anything. He can play as an attacking midfielder, as a defensive midfielder, but I really find his strength is when he plays as almost a box-to-box midfielder in that central midfield role. I mean, if you pair him up to the likes of Thomas Partey in that midfield, and you put the likes of Mohamed Kudus right in front of them, I think that's Ghana's midfield absolutely complete.
It's beautiful.
As I said, at 18 years old, what a brilliant young player, and I do think it would be in his best interests to join the Ghana national team. Now, of course, jumping into player number 2, it is going to be a player that I've mentioned on many occasions should join Ghana, but it is going to be Nketiah. Yes, I know he's been linked to Ghana for absolutely forever now, currently 24 years old, and I don't think it's too late for him to join Ghana. Once again, in terms of a striker, I think he's going to struggle to get into the England national team. I mean, with the likes of Harry Kane, Tammy Abraham, Callum Wilson, Ollie Watkins, and so many other strikers eligible to play for England, I really don't see Nketiah playing for them. Obviously, he's currently linked with a move away from Arsenal at the moment. He did play 30 games in the Prem last season, only got 4 goals and 1 assist.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
But I do think it would be in his best interest to move club as well, currently linked to the likes of Crystal Palace, and I do think that would be a brilliant move for him. But obviously, in terms of the international team, if he does want game time, I do think he has to join Ghana. Obviously, he is able to represent them through his parents, although he was born in London. As I said, in terms of a striker, I do think he would be brilliant in this Ghana national team. I think he would add a lot of cover to someone like Nketiah Williams as a striker, or even Semenyo. I do think having strike options like that would be perfect for them. Obviously, as a striker, we've seen the likes of Nketiah score in some massive games in the Premier League, even in some League Cup games. Once again, as a Manchester United fan, I always get a tiny bit scared when we play against them.
I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get a bit shaky, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit worried.
I think as a striker, he's got a lot of pace on him. I think he finds it very easy to get behind the opposition's defense. Once again, I would like his numbers to go up a tiny bit, but as we know, as a striker, absolutely brilliant, and it is not too late to join the Ghana national team. Of course, jumping into our final and 3rd player of the video, we've got the likes of, once again, sorry for any pronunciations here, but Ansgar Knauff. As we know, at 21 years old, has just made a permanent transfer from Borussia Dortmund to Eintracht Frankfurt, where he has been on loan for the last 2 years. as we know, as part of that Europa League winning team in a season where he scored crucial goals versus West Ham United and Barcelona.
I prefer really not to speak.
And he's only 21 years old now. Once again, in terms of his numbers, he's not absolutely brilliant. Only got 1 goal and 3 assists in all competitions last season, but had very limited numbers. I am worried now that the move was made permanent to Frankfurt, whether he will get enough game time there. But I do think as an attacking option, he is brilliant. As I said, we saw in the Europa League campaign 2 years ago, where he won the Young Player of the Season award there. We did see a lot of talent from him, and I think joining the Ghana national team, I do think would boost him up a level, to put him at that competitive edge. Obviously, that's the same position that Andre Ayew plays in at the moment, although he is getting a bit older now. And I do think that Ghana do need a successor for him. As I said, looking at the likes of Knauff, once again, super young at the moment. I can't believe he's only 21 years old. I think he would be a brilliant addition. Currently represents the German under-21 team, has played 9 games for the under-21s for Germany. But once again, in terms of getting enough game time for a national team, I do think it would be in his best interest to join Ghana. I mean, in terms of wingers, I think Germany is absolutely spoilt at the moment. I mean, Gnabry and Leroy Sané jump to mind, although I'm sure there are many more players I could mention. But once again, if these 3 players join the Ghana national team ahead of Afcon 2023, I think they would be absolutely deadly. I mean, as I said, we've seen new players join and do super well in the past. I think Salissu's been absolutely brilliant since he joined. I think Lamptey could still use some time, but he's looked good. I think Nketiah Williams has shown a lot of promise. I do like this Ghana national team, and I do think they have a lot of potential to go very far in the competition. But once again, you want to add as much strength as possible to this nation. Once again, you would also like to respect the players who've gotten them this far in the competition. But once again, Ghana, you do want to capitalize on having I would almost say, a golden generation of football. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section down below, do these 3 players deserve to play for Ghana, or would you take them at Ghana? And if you could only choose one of these 3 players, who would you choose to represent the Ghana national team? As I said, I think the likes of Kobbie Mainoo at 18 years old would be a brilliant addition to the squad. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe down below. I would like to reach 10,000 subscribers very soon, along with leaving a like down below. But until then, this has been Finn, FY Dublin. See you all very, very soon. Cheers. Bye.